Hey guys, welcome back. Here's a video of me working Cash, doing a little something different today, working him on the rope. Just give him a little variety. I'm using the rope instead of a flag, just kind of saying, hey, can you be okay with something coming up and touching you on the back? Simulating one day that I'm going to be throwing a saddle and a saddle blanket and maybe even a winter blanket or whatever up on his back. So I want him to be good about it. So here I've found a new hole in Cash. He has issue with me putting something over his head. So it's got to go past his eyes and over his head. So we worked on it and we played with this for a little while, and he's still not really good at it, but he showed me a hole. Well, why is this a hole? Well, I can almost guarantee you when I go to bridle this horse, he's going to have issue with it. So not sure if there's been issue with bridling, but this is a clear indication that I'm probably going to have difficulty the first couple times of getting him to accept the bridle, because he does not like things going up past his eye, past his ear. So rather than me fight with this, with the bit and banging on his teeth and everything else, I'm going to get this good. So right here, he's pushing into me. A lot of horses, when in confined spaces and they get bothered, they push into pressure rather than back away from pressure. There, he pushed into me again. So I put it on his neck and I said, all right, let's go to work. I'll pick that fight another day and we'll work on that. And I will show you an updated version of that when that is good. Right now, every time I raise my hand, he's bothered. So I'm going to try and get him used to things flipping up over his head, flipping up past his eye. This all goes hand in hand with things going past his eye and over his head. So here I'm doing it from a safer distance. So if he wants to push into me, I can actually back him out of my space. As you can see, he's starting to become a little more accepting of it. Still kind of bracy there. He's still kind of like not really wanting to give his face to me. It's not uncommon, especially knowing the history of this horse, getting his head caught in a gate. That doesn't surprise me a bit that he's a little guarded about his face and his head. So it's just one of those things we're going to have to work around. So here I figured while I've got the rope out, I'm going to work on him, changing his eyes from left to right and coming off of pressure and coming into me. I noticed that when I asked him a few times to come and step forward into me, he wanted to brace against the pressure. So I'm going to utilize this exercise to help him get over that as well. I want him to turn and look at me as I'm the answer and I'm the relief from the pressure. And I walk up and there he takes his head away from me. He's very guarded with his face today, more so than most days. He's kind of looking off. He's kind of worried about the other horses. This guy is coming off of a couple day layoff. Not that that's an excuse, but I expect to regress a little bit in their training when they have a couple days off, but they need that. There you can see me, I blocked his face with the rope. He wanted to look off, and I just utilized the rope and said, no, don't look off, look at me. Here I'm asking him to roll over and change direction. And now I'm just saying, can you come off of this and come to me? There he came off of it, so I released the pressure. He wanted to take his head away, and I picked the rope up to block his nose. There he's coming into me. So, and you're going to see me use my elbow later in this video, if you watch closely, when I do finally start to pet him on his forehead and he allows me to do so. You're going to see me block him with my elbow. And that's just because I don't want him to constantly get that it's okay to look off. I want him to keep his attention on me. So here he's getting a little bit worried with the rope coming up over his back, and there is exactly what I want him to do. When he sees trouble and feels trouble, he turns and faces up to me. And now I'm just asking him to come into me. I want him to look at me as I'm the answer and I'm the solution. I don't ever want him to look at me like I'm the problem. So anytime that this horse is going to turn and face up and look at me like, hey, can you help me? Can you get me out of trouble? I absolutely will reward that by releasing that pressure. There, I'm just saying, come off the pressure on your hip. He's not wanting to give to that pressure. He's wanting to lean into it. If you remember when I first did this, it was quite the rodeo. And I only did it a couple times and then we got away from it. But here I am checking back in and saying, hey, are you still okay with this? As you can tell, he's still a little bit bothered. As soon as that rope goes up and touches his hock, he grabs another gear. He's still bothered by that. So we're going to spend time on this stuff until he's good. There's no sense in rushing to getting into the saddle. I've got all the time in the world to work on this horse. I'm going to take advantage of that. And I'm going to get things as good as I can get him on the ground before I ever even think about putting a foot in a stirrup with him. There, I'm just blocking and I'm asking him to come to me, come off of that pressure, and I'm just holding steady pressure. There he came to me and I released. So essentially, he gives himself his own release. There I blocked again. There I blocked again. He's wanting to take that nose away from me. I'm blocking. I'm allowing him, and I'm basically trying to teach him that I don't want him to look away from me. I want him to look at me. I want him to look at me for the answers, even when he's up close and I'm petting his face. I want him to turn and face me. I want him to look at me. Because if I can get his eyes, then I can get his mind. And if I get his mind, then I can get his feet. And that's how the things work. In order to get their mind, you got to go through their feet. So here I'm just saying, can you come off of that? There he wants to look away. There he came to me, giving himself his own release. As soon as he came to me, there was slack in the line, so he gave his own release. There I'm saying, can you do it again? There he came to me. Now I'm going to flip him over and I'm going to say, can you yield your hind? There he came off of that pressure. Now he's turning and he's coming to me. That's exactly what I want. Perfect. There you see me block his face. See, as soon as he got to me and I touched his forehead, he wanted to take his face and look off. Here I'm asking him, just lower your head so I can take this rope off of you. There he wanted to take it away. As soon as he felt that pressure that might be going by his eye, he got bothered, picked his head up. So this is something that I'm going to have to work on with him. I'm going to have to work on that extensively. So once again, here's my clinic, guys. If you're interested in coming to one with me, please get in touch with me. And I hope this helps. God bless.